Welcome back to Cultural Geography. This is the last video of week 4. Also, we will be finishing the notes today. The rest of this week you'll be spent taking the quiz, doing the homework that I'll be assigning, reviewing for your test, and then taking the Chapter 18 test. Please do not forget that the bonus assignment, which I talked about at the beginning of this chapter, will also be due with your week 4 packet. Don't forget to do it. Let's continue. Number 2, Judaism. We've talked about the physical geography of Israel. Now let's talk about the religion. This consists of the Old Testament Bible, at least as simplistically as we can identify it. Judaism rejects Jesus as the Messiah, and many of them rely on doing good works. The beliefs, the books that they hold to, are known as the Talmud and the Shema. The Talmud is a collection of 63 books or oral traditions. The Shema is Judaism's basic creed. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. But understand that not all Judaizers believe the same thing. Orthodox Jews believe that the Pentateuch is God's word and should be strictly followed. They call the Pentateuch the Torah. Today, Orthodox Jews make up a small percentage of the population. Reformed Jews reject many of the old traditions, but hold the Old Testament at least as a good moral code. They would reject the idea that they have to live exactly as the Old Testament told them to. Rather, they would see it as a good moral guideline for how they should live their lives. Conservative Jews are kind of a smaller group of the Reformed Jews. They seek to keep to more of the traditions than the Reformed Jews. So they would be between Orthodox and Reformed. The conservative Jews broke off from the Reformed Jews because they thought they had gone too far. Reconstructionists do not see Judaism as a religion, but rather as a source of social identity. There is such a thing as an atheist Jew. They would not believe the Old Testament to be true at all, and they would deny its influence in their personal life beyond the fact that it unites the Jewish population. Turn your books, please, to page 453. I want you to read the blue box entitled The Dead Sea, as well as the pink box entitled The Dead Sea Scrolls. Read that box to yourself. Once you have finished, please unpause the video, and we will resume. Letter B, the Palestinians. The Palestinians are the Arab Muslims who also live in Israel. Arabs are the descendants of Abraham through Ishmael, and they have lived in Palestine for more than 1,000 years. They helped overthrow the Ottoman Empire after World War I. When Israel was given its independence, it was assumed that the Palestinians would also establish their own country as well. Yet the Palestinians wanted all of the land. After Israel was established, 4 major wars took place between Israel and its neighbors. Israel's War for Independence, Israel-Egypt War, the Six-Day War, and the Yom Kippur War. From these wars, Israel was able to defeat its neighbors and expand its borders, taking all of Jerusalem, the Golan Heights, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip. There is still conflict today over Israel's claims over these lands where Palestinians make up most of the population, and they wish to be independent of Israel. One of those groups that tries to promote Palestinian life is the Palestinian Liberation Organization, the PLO, which was created to aid the Palestinians in establishing their own nation and in destroying Israel. Since the 1960s, they have used violence and terrorist attacks to further their agenda. The main leader of the PLO at one point was Yasser Arafat. He was the leader of the PLO. He had used terrorism early on, but by the 1990s, he sought for a peaceful conclusion between the Israelis and Palestinians. Yet, fighting continued. Arafat died in 2004, and his replacement, Mahmoud Abbas, also tried to find a peaceful solution to the problem. Make sure that you can associate Arafat with Palestine, the Palestinians, in case you're asked that on the test. More recently, Hamas and other terrorist groups have taken over and promoted continual violent resistance to Israel. 2006, Hamas took control of the PLO but has refused to abandon terrorism as a weapon against Israel. With foreign support from Iran and Syria, the PLO has continued to be a thorn in the side of Israel. Peace between Israel and Palestine has still yet to be found. The other country that we're going to talk about today is the country of Jordan. Jordan is located east of Israel. It's about the same size as the state of Indiana. Jordan consists of desert and, shockingly for the Middle East, no petroleum. In fact, Jordan is one of the few countries that do not have oil. Only 3% of the land is useful for agriculture, and that is primarily along the Jordan River. But because of this, Jordan is actually one of the most stable and peaceful countries in the Middle East. It has a constitutional monarchy. King Hussein, not related to Saddam Hussein, ruled Jordan for 46 years. When he died in 1999, his son Abdullah II, who, by the way, received a Western education and is an ally of the U.S., became king. Fun fact about King Abdullah, he was also a huge Star Trek fan, and if you look him up, you can actually see that he was a guest appearance, a cameo appearance, better worded, in a Star Trek episode. For those of you out there who love Star Trek as much as I do, there is your little bit of geography and Star Trek meeting up. Petra. Petra, you see a picture of it on your right. Petra, well, on page 454, there is a pink box entitled Petra. I want you to read that box to yourself. It was a historical site. Also, Indiana Jones managed to make it there as well, but that's a whole other story. Read that pink box to yourself. Also, read the pink box on the importance of the family in Jordan. Once you have finished reading those boxes, please unpause the video and we will resume. That, my students, is the end of the notes. Your assignment. First of all, a quiz over pages 445 to 454. You will find that quiz in your packet. Please make sure that you do the quiz. Also, please do page 159 and 160 in your activities book. Page 159 and 160, it's your chapter review, so there'll be some underline the term that is right, do a matching section, and some short answer questions. Please make sure you remember to answer the questions on page 160 as well. Don't forget about the bonus assignment. Also, the test. You are expected, the test is in your packet, you are expected to take the test and turn it in with your week 4 packet. Hope you all have a good day. I hope you all have a good weekend when you get to it. Be good, do good. Bye.